Okay, I'm getting so close to the end. Now, I've got a little streak of smoke coming up here. I'm going to add some more red flames, more like sparks, maybe even some more yellow. I went up with my black here. Now, if I smush this down, this would be level. And so I went all the way across. As you can see, actually, there's a break in the yarn right there, which is a little unfortunate, but I'm going to turn to the back after I get done, and I'm going to put all these ends in and secure them down. They'll be fine. And then I came over here and worked my way down with the black so that now I'm right here, and I'm pretty much, I think I'm done over here. Let me see here. There's my little comb. I have a needle in the middle of all that. So I think there's about that much black at the bottom, so I should probably have more black at the top. I think I should have maybe done that already, but I was thinking about filling this in. I think it went pretty well. And then after I get all that black in there, I'll go back in and put the gray and maybe a little yellow and red sparks flying up. And then we'll be done. All right, here's the back side. Now, this is the tedious part, but it doesn't take too long. I'm going to use my most flexible needle, and you're just going to, like say with this black one, I would just run it through some of these back threads, run the needle through, then thread the yarn through and pull it, and I'm done. It just takes really a few seconds for each one. There's just a lot of them. If I'd been more organized in my weaving, maybe there'd be fewer. It's okay though. No knots, just weaving in. Well, I lied. I did tie some of them off in knots. I did thread a lot of them through. The ones at the top were shorter, and I really couldn't thread them through even when I put the needle in the fabric first. So I had to tie some of them. Some of them I couldn't even knot. They were so short. I just had to tie them with a simple tie. It's not the prettiest back in the world, but I guess it could be worse. All right, now I have to figure out how to tie this off. I haven't done, oh, I forgot one. Oh, I haven't done a tapestry weave in so long. I need to remind myself how to properly get this tied off. So I'll come back. Now I have finished off the top of my tapestry weave with a twining stitch, and I had totally forgotten even what that was or that existed. But I did go back to the Spruce and Linen channel. There's the girl there. She's so nice. She's got tons of videos. She tells you how to start your weave down here. I think I must have gone to look at this because this is what she does, this piece of cardboard. I probably have a twining stitch on the bottom in black. I really don't remember. But this is a good way to stabilize the top of your weave before you start taking your tension off. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. She recommends cutting this and using some overhand knots on the bottom, and then kind of weaving those ends back in. And then up here, you use the strings up here to attach it to the dowel you're going to hang it from. And that's what I'm going to do next. I've loosened my little nuts and bolts over here. So you can see my tapestry is now sagging a bit. I loosened it. I rotated this at the top, and then I loosened these and rotated the bottom one so that I can now pull out. Can I do it one-handed? I don't think I can. Oh well. My camera stand is just too cumbersome. Sometimes it's very large. There we go. All right. So now we will cut these off and tie them off and weave them in. All this weaving in, I find it so tedious. As I was cutting the bottom warp strings, I immediately knew that I wanted to put beads on here. So I got out my bag of beads, and I'm sorting through and finding the ones that have the teeniest little openings, because this is not yarn. This is some kind of a cotton thread, a very thick thread, anyway, like a twine. And so I'm finding the ones with little teeny holes. Some of the holes I actually don't, I'm having to shove through with my needle. And these seem to be also small enough. So this is what I've got going on so far. This is very tedious work. I have to tell myself I'm not in a hurry. I'm just going to enjoy it. And now to finish off the top. Well, I'm so proud of myself because I had some dowels that I could use for the top of this weave, but they were too long. They were this long and I wanted this long. So I went out in the garage and I found a handsaw and I cut off the end of this with a handsaw. That may not sound like much to you, but being a woman who's not prone to tools, like not even power tools or non-power tools, I'm excited that I was able to actually do this without asking for my husband's help because he's taking a nap. So I'm going to find some sandpaper. I know I have some right there. I'm looking at it. And then I might even get some wood stain and stain this a little darker. It's a little bit light for this. And then we'll see what we do with that. This has taken forever to finish off this weave. So here is the finished tapestry weave. I do like the bottom. I like the beads. And I'm glad that I stained the dowel. I'm not really fond of the finish on the top, but I don't know that that's really how they're supposed to be tied off in pairs like that. This is kind of fun here, but I don't like the ends. But that's just because my warp threads were so long up at the top. So anyway, otherwise, if I left them uncut, the dowel would be way up here. Mostly, I'm glad it's off of my loom. But there it is. This light orange yarn is pulling apart, as you can see. So I had to start doing a thicker single so that it wouldn't just shred like that as I was spinning it up under tension. Well, I have filled up this orange bobbin at last with some kind of deep orange lichen. I hope that works. I really didn't like this pink avocado, so I didn't do it for very long. So this is a mix-matched bobbin. And now I'm going to put these two together, see what I get. Let's start plying. This is such a fun flyer. It has a magnet in it. And so it just stays on there. Really nice. And pulls off. Okay, time to put these on my, what do they call this, a lazy Kate? Is that right? And then this one goes on the other side. And now we get to ply. I'm sorry I'm showing my knees, but I don't like to pull those singles across the fabric of my skirt in case it messes it up. Now let's see if we can make this go. I've struggled with my drive band. And that squeak should go away soon. Let's get enough twist in there. Looking for about I think it's a 45-degree angle on the twist. Notice I am plying in the opposite direction from how I spin. I always spin with the wheel going this way. Now I'm plying with it going the opposite direction. That is very important. Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that the yarn is really gorgeous. I'm loving that. The bad news, though, is I'm really struggling to keep my wheel functioning. I'm having to bat my flyer to get it to go around after I pause. I never used to have to do that. And then look at my drive band. It just doesn't seem very stiff. I think my drive band is struggling to grip onto something. It might be the wheel. I should take everything off and give it an experiment without any yarn on it. Or it could be the whirl. But it's struggling, and so I think it's just having trouble picking up. Oh well. But so far, really pretty. Well, now that that tapestry is done, I am enjoying my weaving. Poor Adam today has had a rough day. He wanted to make some focaccia for dinner. And he went through 3 batches. He went to the store and got new yeast and new bread flour to make focaccia, only to find out it must be the water, our local water. They've added something to it, a softener or something, that's making it so his focaccia is not working. And so he's very, very sad. Don't know what we're having for supper. But I have enjoyed my day in the studio, finishing my tapestry weave, working on this spinning. I want to show you what I did to make my wheel work better. I've never done this before. I moved my drive band up to a bigger spot on my whirl, okay, for lack of a better understanding of it. That's what I did. I think this increases the ratio or decreases the ratio or slows the speed, or I think it slows the speed. Anyway, it's put more tension on the drive band, though. It's made it tighter, so it's really spinning beautifully now. But I'm not really sure what I did to my spinning. I think I will call this creamsicle. I don't think I'll have much of it because this is only with that orange that I put on the bobbin last, on the second bobbin. Isn't that pretty? All right, I had other things I wanted to show you on this video this week, but and we'll see if I get time for it, but maybe not, maybe next week. All right, thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.